Thanks for watching Mid-Morning this Monday. Most jobs come with a certain amount of stress.
Yep, but now there's a new study that looks at which jobs are the most depressing in the United States. So researchers say this should be a wake-up for employers and how they design their mental health plans and how people should take care of their mental health as well.
Absolutely. I mean, don't you agree? I mean,
for sure. Every job should be thinking of that, not just the ones that tend to create the most stress and kind of put you in that headspace.
Highest rates of depression. So this comes from a survey of 500,000 workers. So it's important to recognize that. And what they're asking people is, have you been diagnosed with depression? So it's not a question of how are you feeling? Are you feeling sad? Are you feeling depressed? It's actual
clinical diagnosis.
Clinical diagnosis. So you're already like self-selecting some people out. So we'll get to that in a second. But the first is the community and social service jobs.
So I was thinking for maybe like a social worker.
Yes.
Someone who's going out making some of those visits.
Oh my gosh.
Some of the things that they see. Sure, I can understand why you would be depressed. You know?
And I feel it could be underappreciated too.
Oh, 100%, yeah.
For sure, and probably underpaid. But second one is food prep and food servers.
So I was thinking this would be like waiters. You know, people like the chefs, the people who are actually making the food themselves.
Right.
Not necessarily the hospitality industry.
No.
But this would be like the waiters and the cooks.
And you also have to think, I mean, this goes back a little bit to sort of the sleep that we were just talking about. Like their schedules are very
they have
strange,
late
right?
nights.
And so there's got to be something to that. Then you have a whole area like at third and fourth on the list, but then you're talking about like arts, entertainment, sports, media, healthcare, retail, education, library. Okay, so this is like a lot of things, but it goes back to your point, Adam. It's a lot of jobs that have these things.
Right, and one that I was surprised to not hear or see on that list is like a funeral director. Always around death and like those darker vibes.
And one of the things though, but this is sort of the list is where we talked why we thought it was important to explain to you how you decide this. One of the limitations of looking at a study like this and looking at a survey like this is if you look at the lowest rates, you have mining and construction.
Right. What did it say about that?
Generally male-dominated industries. And because you have to have a diagnosis of depression, men are, statistically less likely to go out and seek help for mental health. There's perhaps a stigma, perhaps a lack of services as to where they're living. So this may not be the best indicator.
I don't think so, because another element is pilots. They have crazy hours, crazy restrictions and whatnot. And if they seek medical and therapeutic help and get that diagnosis, they could lose their medical license and won't be able to fly.
Right.
I like, though, that it sparks the idea of conversations around what we can do around mental health, because there's more that we should be doing, not just around some of the sectors where people are actually being clinically diagnosed as depressed, but all industries. There's something that we can do to help people moving forward.
We want you to join the conversation, so leave a comment below. We want to hear what you think.
Thanks for watching Mid-Morning this Monday. So we've heard of the Sunday scaries. That's anxiety that people feel over going back to work on Monday.
There's new research that shows that anxiety means Mondays might actually be bad for your health. Let me ask you this, because we have to get up early hours, especially on Monday mornings. Did you have a case of Sunday scaries yesterday for Monday?
Yeah, and I always do. And it's not because I don't like my job. I think what it is just like the idea of the week starting and like, okay, this person needs to be here and this person needs to be here and we need to go to get this at the grocery store and we need this. It's like all of the things that you're trying to plan for the week. I think that's what makes me most nervous, because on the weekends you can kind of like lay back and chill a bit, but then it just starts.
It just hits all at once.
Goes. And it's not even just your job, it's just your life.
It's everything, right? Joseph, do you have the same thing or no?
Oh, yeah, of course I do. Sometimes it begins like Saturday morning right away. It's like I'm not even to Sunday and I'm already like kind of dreading all those tasks.
Part of that though, Joseph, is that you have to start really early on Monday morning.
That's true.
I feel like your scaries get pushed back or whatever it is.
I like this. Mondays are a cultural stress amplifier, no matter your age, no matter your job, no matter what routine you have. That's just the status quo now.
Okay, so this was quite alarming to me, because even after you retire,
that part,
you still are fearful of Mondays.
I don't like that.
Yeah, isn't that insane?
I don't like that.
It is.
Right, and I think it's so deeply ingrained in our physiology, in who we are as a culture and who we are as a people, that they can measure the stress levels of cortisol in your hair, and they can tell on Mondays when people are reporting higher levels of stress, they can see the hormone levels in your hair.
This thing surprised me that heart attacks are more common on Mondays.
Well, it makes sense, right?
It makes sense when you think about it, but when you put it like in life and death terms like that, you're like, golly, like you see the toll that stress can have on you, the mental toll it takes on you.
If Monday didn't exist, though, it would just be Tuesdays that we just disliked. I feel like it's just that day of responsibility returning in full force. Though I will point this out on the Weather Watcher Network this morning. Maxine and Aiken said, hey, it's Monday, but I have nothing to worry about because I'm not going to work today.
Yeah, there you go. Wait, was Maxine the one that was baking cookies this morning?
that was
Sheila.
That was Sheila.
Sheila.
She's probably feeling the same way as well. So I wonder how long it takes to actually break that. Like break that mold in retirement.
So come Tuesday for you, like tomorrow, you will feel your level, like tomorrow morning when you wake up. The stress won't be there tomorrow. I actually think for me, like Sunday
nights are even more scary than Mondays because you got Sunday nights are like, okay, got to get the laundry done, got to get the lunches packed, got to get all that, and everything's in order. And then Monday, it's like, okay, you got your system, it's happening. Where do you stand on this? Drop a comment, let us know.
There's a new report that reveals the worst paying college majors. Now, this report came from the Federal Reserve Bank of New York. Apparently, degrees in education, social services, and theology all earned the lowest. Are you surprised to hear that? When I looked at this list, I was surprised that journalism did not make, because when we had so when we got this, we were all having a conversation. We're like, how much did we all make on our first jobs?
And to clarify,
Skittles.
Bottom low-paying jobs, according to this, is like $40,000.
So the bottom 10, according to this, early career earnings was, like you just said, anywhere from $40,000 to $42,000. I'm thinking back to when I first, my first job. Now this was 20 some years ago, but it was like I was making 20K.
Yeah.
That was it. I'm thinking, I'm making it right now.
Yeah.
I wasn't making it at all.
No. I think I made more in my high school job at the golf course than I did on my first job.
You were Caddyshack it up?
Yeah,
I mean, truly, I feel like I made more as like a waitress.
Tips, things like that.
Okay, so here are the careers in foreign language, general social sciences, performing arts, anthropology, early childhood education. You know, we've got a shortage right now with early childhood education, family and consumer sciences, general education, miscellaneous biological services. I did not know what that meant. Social services, which is huge right now too, and theology and religion. Those were the lowest paying jobs. So those would be like students right now whose parents are saying, good luck. We told you to find another major, but you decided to do this.
It's too late once you graduate.
It's too late, right?
Everyone that's celebrating right now, it's too late to go back.
But you know
unless you're going back
what?
to school.
Sometimes you don't even use your major.
That's true.
So, yeah, exactly. You could be a fine arts major and go into finance.
Look at Brad Pitt. Brad Pitt was an art history major. She's over his face. It's not like, where are you going with this? He was an art history major, and he's now a movie star.
Sometimes people don't care about how much they're going to make. They're just happy with their like theology, for example. I mean, like they have different views of how they want to spend their life, and they're okay with that.
It's a calling. Like sometimes you are just drawn to things that does not matter, like you just said. It's just a calling you feel like lead to a higher purpose. Now, on the other side of this, engineering, computer science, I think we all knew this, finance and engineering, economics, by the way, they earn more because there's more of a greater need in those specialized skills. But like you said, Joseph, if you're not preparing before when you're in elementary school, or I should say high school and college, then you're already behind the 8 ball.
Tough.
Yeah, tough.
Tough to think about,
We hope you enjoyed WCCO's Talk of the Table. Don't forget to like, leave a comment, and subscribe for more WCCO news.